I had to hit record right away because not only are you, you have a huge bathtub. You are recording from your bathtub.
Okay, why though? Why?
This is honestly my favorite room in my house. I spend so much time in the bathroom and I'm the most comfortable here. So I thought I should come in here to do the interview.
Wow. No, it's in case she has hard diarrhea. That's what's happening. She's right in the tub.
Yeah.
And she's got a bottle.
And
you've got a bottle, a 2.6 of vodka in your hand. You're my hero.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
I'm really excited to talk to you guys. It's really nice to have human contact.
Ashley, let's do your big intro after we cheers. Cocktails, comedians, and quarantine. Take a sip.
She's just drinking straight fucking vodka. You are a champ.
I am. I'm gonna maybe have I'll just turn on the tub in a second, maybe do a vodka water,
Just right from the tap. You have no idea, Jenna. Ashley at Yuk Yuk, she's the one being like, who wants a JMO? And I think of you every time, but they're like, who wants a JMO? That's the drink of choice among the staff at Yuk Yuk's, and we're just drunk.
That's our go-to for sure. I don't drink Jameson in anywhere else in my life except for at Yuk's doing shots.
And you get that drunk memory, when you get drunk on something somewhere, I can't taste Jameson or JMO without thinking of Yuk Yuk's.
Yeah, every time I have Jameson around me now, all I can think about is the big comedy parade show where Steve and I lost a bet basically, and I had to spit a shot of Jameson into his mouth.
Oh,
obviously pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID. She's the one that had to spit it. He's the one that swallowed it. So how about
I bet you he didn't mind.
He told me we'd talked about it because they didn't specify who had to do what, but Steve thought it would be better for my health if I spit it in his mouth. So what a gentleman.
That is a very gentleman-like thing to do.
Well, opinions vary. Our guest today is comedian and one of the creators of the big comedy parade at Yuk Yuk's. She also rang in this shitty new year along with me, Tom Green, and Kenny versus Spenny at Ottawa's Shaw Center. And she's here to talk to us about her hard farts and double chin is doing in quarantine. Please welcome Ashley Krawchenko.
Oh, thanks. Wow.
Joining you today is not your ukulele, however.
No, I haven't touched that thing since all this happened.
Really? Because that's usually something someone would do is pick up their instrument and just play because there's just you and yourself and I know?
I know. That's what I thought when all this started happening. I was like, this is going to be great. I'm going to hit the ground running and really make, all these new things and new songs and new jokes and sketches. And then, I don't know, it happened and I just kind of I haven't done anything. Honestly, I've just been having a holiday basically.
Well, one thing you did, and I think it's something that every woman wants to do at one point in their life. I always thought that it would be the most liberating thing you could do is you shaved your head.
I did, yeah.
How did it feel?
I loved it. Honestly, I did it. I always wanted to do it. And I thought back in March when I did it, I was like, I should just do this now because worst case scenario, if it looks horrible and I feel really uncomfortable, nobody's going to see me in real life for ages and I'll have hair again when we come back. But I shaved it off and I honestly love it. I don't ever really want to have hair again.
Well, Ashley, you say no one's going to see you, but you're married. So you live with I know you don't like people to know that because you're a big slut, but she's married. So what did your husband think?
He liked it actually. I think he's used to me cutting all my hair off or dyeing it or doing weird stuff with it. And he's actually the one that shaved my head for me. So he's into it.
I feel like it's such a brave thing to do though. Like I said, every woman thinks about it. There's been days where I'm like, I want to go full Britney and just wear wigs for the rest of my life.
Oh, babe.
Oh, I honestly highly recommend it. One of the main things I was thinking about when I shaved my head was how much money I'm going to save on bald caps because I dress up for Halloween as bald guys so often. I clearly had something
And on stage.
I like how that's what you thought about. Like, that is what you thought about.
It's going to be so much easier to paint my head, you know, when I want to be like Tobias from Arrested Development or whatever.
Ha! You know, it's funny because you have one of those faces, and maybe you do too, Jenna, where you could kind of pull anything off. And like when I told Jenna you were going to do the podcast, she kind of remembered you because she's been at Yuk Yuk's, always drunk, you know, it's not her fault. And she's like, which one's Ashley? And I was like, oh, she's got the short black bob. Oh, no, wait, it's a blue bob. Oh, no, wait, it's green spikes. And I couldn't pinpoint your hair. And you really have a face that can pull anything off. I think you would have that Sinead O'Connor look.
Yeah, but without the crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Opinions vary again. You know?
Yeah, no, thank you. I have fun with it. And I honestly think I was like super addicted to dyeing my hair. Like I just would dye it like a different color every month. And it's kind of nice to just get rid of all that. And I'm curious to just see what my own hair looks like, honestly.
What is that? What inspired you to shave it though? Was it like so fried and nasty that you're like, oh, I'm just gonna start new?
It wasn't that bad, surprisingly. Like you would never know that I dye it as often as I did, but I did really want to see my own hair. Like I haven't really seen it since I was like 14. I think I started dyeing my hair, so yeah, I just kind of want to let it grow in and see what I look like in real life.
You have really nice hair too.
Thank you.
Yeah, like it's nice and thick. It like grows it. I'm swooning over the haircut. I really am.
I really like it too, Ashley. This is the first time I've seen it too.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
See, the thing with Ashley that drives me nuts, and I've told her this before, is look how pretty she is, right? But then she'll post. No, I'm not complimenting you. I'm pissed because you post the most god-awful, horrendous selfies, double chins, just looking a fright. And then the next selfie, she looks beautiful like she does right now. So I'm like, make up your mind. You're either ugly or hot. But no, you're one of these enigmas that can do both.
we can be everything. We can all be all the things.
Wow, that's too deep for this show.
Yeah, now you know why I don't ever post selfies, because this asshole will rip them apart.
No. We're going to splice in on one of Ashley's her double chin has its own Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to plug it? What is the Instagram?
Yes, please follow my Chinstagram at 7 Deadly Chins, the number 7.
See? She can give us a double chin right now, even though it's a podcast, nobody can see us. Look, whoa.
Okay, everybody can do that.
That's strong.
That's the episode cover.
You got like a ball sack when you did yours. That was good.
Who?
Oh, yeah, his chin turns into a ball sack.
Yes. I'm single, boys.
He always said just lay it on the chin.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I just want a man to lay on top of me these days.
Here, the thing is Jesse's chin wasn't always like that. It's just after time and wear, it just naturally made a growth of 2 balls.
It's like a chameleon. It just like they naturally blend in with what they're surrounded by all the time.
That's it.
You know, it's like when a rock after time with water running through it curves, you know.
Okay, all right. So we mentioned in your intro, Ashley, that you do a lot of hard farts, and I'm sure there's people listening that are still hung up on why did he say she farts hard? And I also alluded to that fact because you're sitting in a bathtub, and if you have diarrhea, it's an easy cleanup. Where did your obsession with hard farting come from?
Wait. What is a hard fart? I'm very confused what a hard fart is.
I don't know when I started saying that, but I kind of just started using it instead of saying like, oh, you know, we're going to kick ass tonight on this show. We're going to kill. We're going to do so good. I was like, what is the thing that everyone does? And I'm like, we all fart hard. Yeah, we're gonna fart hard tonight. Just ridiculous. And now it's just gotten like out of control.
Because I was thinking that hard fart was the word for like, you know how there's silent but deadly, but there's no word for like a loud. So I was like, is that like one that you really give her, you know?
It's more of a metaphor most of the time.
Ashley's little idioms take off at Yuk Yuk's. Another one is who's horny.
Yeah, which Steve now has a tattoo of on his ass, by the way. So.
I can't believe we forgot him because Steve recently did the podcast and we forgot to ask him about that. He has literally a tattoo on his butt that says who's horny because of Ashley. Were you there when he got it?
It was at my house, yeah.
Oh my God, so it was a prison tat.
Yeah, it's like a stick and poke. My husband
Oh my.
set up the little like needle, and then it was like Jess and Julia who work at Yuck's, and me after our Yuck staff party, and yeah, it's Steve's first and only tattoo, and it's so bad.
You know what? It would be even funnier if it was like who's WHOSE.
Oh, well, we can add more.
Grammar.
But what I love about the Who's Horny is like sometimes before shows at Yuk Yuk's, we all just start yelling out, "Who's horny?" And you can see audience members that are like, "What?
Yeah.
What?"
All the ones that sit in the front that are on first dates, not me, not me.
People get so into it though when they realize like what's going on. That is kind of like saying like, "Who's excited?" And everyone's like, "Woo!" Then they get into it. You yell out who's horny, and then everyone's shouting. It's exciting.
True.
Because everybody is horny.
Yes, especially in quarantine.
Especially at a comedy club. I think laughter is like Viagra.
I think so. We get a lot of first dates, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's true. You're not wrong.
I think the comedy club is actually the perfect place for a first date. A lot of people are like, but you're not talking. I'm like, but what you get to do is you get to observe their sense of humor. What they laugh at, what they don't laugh at. Are they having a good time? You talk at intermission a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but it is.
Totally.
It's a great place for a first date.
You get to find out if they're rude, if they can sit still without talking over somebody for like an hour, you know?
Yeah, and what kind of drunk they are. Are they a nasty drunk? Are they a fun drunk? You know.
That's important. Yeah, that's an important one too, actually.
Okay, where did you get your hippo shower curtain? Because I want one.
Do you like that? Yeah,
I
ordered that off of Amazon a long time ago. Yeah.
Amazon's killing it these days.
I know. I'll show you what else I ordered. I got this as well.
Get naked. Is that a pillow?
Is it a bath mat?
A bath mat, yeah.
Get naked.
I hope when you're going into the shower, you get naked.
What's that?
I hope when you get in the shower, you get naked. You should have that as like your front doorstep mat.
Yeah. Now you're thinking, Jenna.
I just dress like this when I shower usually. Like I'm going to just fill the tub in any second now. This is just normal for me.
Random question. Have you ever showered or bathed in clothes?
No. I had to think about that because no, I haven't. I take a lot of baths when I'm like drunk. Like I'll come home from somewhere like tipsy and I'll like sit in the bath and like eat and like drunk text my friends or whatever. So I've definitely almost gotten in with something on, usually socks, but I always catch it.
Ew.
Gross.
Socks are like the worst thing to wear in a bath.
I know. Or like, have you ever almost like forgotten to like pull down your underwear when you go to the toilet?
Yes.
Right? That's happened to me so many times.
I've never done that, but you know what I have done is forget to put the seat down as a boy. Maybe that's more of a boy problem. Like when you need to take a shit. So I'll sit on the like thin rim and your butt dips in the water. It's the worst.
That's amazing. I think actually people's butts should be in the water when they're shitting. I think it's like...
Well, we talked about a bidet. Bidet is, you know, close, getting close.
Right? This way you don't get any like splash up. Your ass is already in the water. It's kind of like cleaning you up at the same time.
Disgusting. And like spreading all the dirty water on your cheeks. Okay, can we talk about something else? Ashley.
No, that just reminded me of a time when I was in Hawaii swimming in the waves and a giant turd floated by me.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, no way.
It's like one of the most beautiful places on earth in Maui.
Well, do you know something? Now you just reminded me of a news headline I saw because in Florida, you know, beaches, like the states are fucked with the quarantine and COVID right now, but a lot of the beaches are open, but the public facilities aren't. So people will just shit at their like spot on the beach. So they've been finding like Big Mac containers and like Tupperware with shit in it because they can't go to the bathroom.
Okay, I thought you were saying like they were finding like Big Mac containers that people had shit out. Like
when in America.
When in Florida.
all those moms doing those Tupperware parties are just eating the Tupperware and shitting it out full. What's going on in Florida?
Oh, maybe if they stopped eating Big Macs, they wouldn't have to shit in containers.
That's so upsetting. That's so gross.
But that reminds me of our old co-host Gord. Hear me out. He used to work like picking up garbage on the side of the highway. No, he's not an ex-con. He did it for fun. And he used to find like bottles of like pee and shit on the side because that's what truckers do because they don't want to stop.
No way.
And I'm like, how small is your dick that you can get it into a bottle and pee in it?
Well, you just need to put the hole.
Would you rather, if you were a trucker, like have to pee in a bottle or just like wear a diaper and just kind of power through
Isn't that
it?
what psychopaths do? They wear a diaper when they stalk people? Like snipers do too.
And ladies at the casino on the slot machines.
Stop, really?
Yes.
I'd rather pee in a bottle. And don't tell me that you just need to aim the hole at it, Jesse, because you guys can't even pee into a giant bowl, let alone try to pee into a Dasani bottle.
No, but you would
it's not that big.
No, but you put your penis doesn't have to fit in, but if you can just put the hole over it.
Yeah, that thing's about the size of my pee hole, yeah.
So Ashley, how do you feel about the state of stand-up comedy? Have you been to one of these drive-in shows they're trying to do now?
I haven't been to one. I know that Yuks is doing one soon, which is really cool. And I do really want to go and see what it's like because I'm really curious about that. I'm really curious to know what it will feel like to like not hear anything.
But wait, maybe you will hear something because people in their cars will like laugh and clap or like honk their horns. Like I feel like
if they roll their window down and stick their head out and be like, ah! So
well, I've heard you right. It is going to be the honks.
But that's the thing is I think if any sort of form of entertainment would do well with obnoxious honking as like reassurance. Whoa.
Yeah.
Reassurance. It would be stand-up comedians. Like y'all will take whatever you can get.
I mean,
right? You know, like honking. I like that.
I think it would scare me. I feel like I would get nervous and be very like thrown off. I'm not very good, so maybe I would be a little bit thrown off.
You know, the hard part is that when do you start again? Because I feel like the honks would be really hard to talk. Like when you have a microphone and people are laughing, it's easy enough to talk over them. But with honks, you'd kind of have to just stand there and wait because nobody's talking over a honk. Unless you have a Toyota and it's one of those dinky honks.
Maybe they should give out those old hand clapper things. You know that have the...
I love that. Oh, that's so good. That's a really good idea. I wonder about like the hecklers too. Because like there's gonna be some, right? So are they just gonna like
honk? They'll honk.
Who's gonna start crashing into other cars around them? Is that
bumper cars? Well, right. You know, the Elle Solomons who've done our podcast have had a couple bookings, and Jess seems to think it's great. She loves it. And maybe it's just because they're getting paid, but I don't know. Like, we'll see.
I think you.
Well, I think everyone. Yeah, that's it. Everyone wants to do something so badly that pretty much anything will sound like an amazing idea. Like I'll be down for all of it. You know, whatever.
Yeah. All right, Ashley, so we want to get your take on some unusual headlines that are going around the world right now.
Oh, shit.
Maybe you have some hard fart take on certain things. It's kind of fun to say hard fart.
You have to say it with passion, though.
Hard fart!
Hard! It's good.
All right, before we get to the news, let's all take a drink. You just had a shot. Let's do another shot, Ashley. Cheers, thank you.
I always have another shot. Cheers! It burns, eh? Woo!
All right. First headline. Ashley Krawchenko joining us on the podcast. A sex club in New York is now offering socially distanced orgies. And if you're wondering how that works, well, it doesn't. Their new rule is you can only hook up with one person who you arrive with, but other people can get busy in the same room. So it's more of a swinger. That's a swingers.
That's not an
orgy. That's super weird. That's like, I mean, I may as well just invite my husband into the bathtub with me right now and you guys watch, and that's what that club is it not?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I would not say no.
Believe me, nobody wants to see that.
Too much
Nobody
farting.
wants to smell that.
Oh, gross sex smells.
Oh, God.
3 people in New Mexico have died from drinking hand sanitizer with methanol. 1 is now blind and 3 others are in critical condition. What? It just said 3 people in New Mexico have died from drinking it. Oh.
It's just headlines, Jenna.
Okay,
we don't have information.
Anyways, 1's blind and 3 others are in critical condition and 3 have died. That's it from drinking.
You know what the mistake was there you're supposed to inject it. So.
Oh, right.
Duh.
My mom, though, worked in an ER and they had to lock up the hand sanitizer because people were drinking it.
Ooh, I guess.
Severe alcoholics, yeah.
Oh, Listerine. Drive down, what's that street in Ottawa? Murray?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see Listerine? They're drinking Listerine.
Oh.
And I've wondered, like, it's a lot cheaper than wine.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God, is your husband going to come in halfway through this podcast and use the washroom? Because I really hope
I honestly hope so.
All of a sudden he just pees. We just see his bare butt on the corner there.
Yeah, it's going to be like one of those interviews you see when people are trying to be professional and like something like their kids are running around in the background. It's going to be that, but just like my husband taking a dump like right here.
What you don't realize is her boyfriend is actually the hippo behind her. That's
right?
You know, Ashley's totally the type that would do that, like feed him a bucket full of chili and be like, you can't come in the bathroom for 2 hours. I have an interview. Okay.
The bathroom is always occupied here.
I know. Why is that so easy to believe? Okay. So speaking of alcohol, erectile dysfunction is up 13% during the pandemic. Researchers think it could be a combo of stress and alcohol.
Whiskey dick.
That's so funny. It's up 30% or
13. So it doesn't seem that high.
That's hilarious. Well, I think that, I mean, when you spend a lot of time with your partner, you realize how repulsive they are.
Oh.
You know?
Is that a thing? Because, you know, we're both painfully single and we've been hearing that a lot. In China, divorce rates through the roof, which isn't usually a thing there. You know, so I'm curious, like a lot of people be like, oh, there's a baby boom coming. But then everybody who's with a partner is like, oh, hell no.
I you know what? Kirk, my husband, Kirk, his name's Kirk. He's been working, like the whole time, like his job was pretty much unaffected. So it's pretty much just been me lonely at home.
In your bathtub.
Yeah, like 100%. It's just, I've been like a sad, lonely housewife.
That's us too, but we don't have a husband.
I drank a Magnum bottle of water, or bottle of water.
2 Magnums.
No, it wasn't 2 Magnums. It was a regular bottle and a Magnum, okay? I sad drank last night.
Oh no. I've been trying to do like housework to just like keep myself busy. Like I painted the bathroom pink. Oh no, yeah, the top part's pink. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
a little sliver, yeah.
I painted the top part pink, you know, I painted the hallway. I tried to do a bunch of laundry and I realized after I took the laundry out of the dryer that I never put any detergent in. So it just smelled like stale, wet.
That's disgusting.
I know. I'm not very good at a lot of things.
And this is why she's in the bathtub. Laundry and bathing in one.
Right?
Okay, next headline, Ashley.
A COVID-19 patient in India died last week after his family unplugged his ventilator to plug in an air conditioner. I can understand that.
Stop. Really?
I think it was an accident, though. I don't know. It doesn't say.
I don't know. Sometimes air conditioner is life.
I need to know if that was on purpose or not. Like that'd be a judgment call, because if you know they're really like far on the way out and like there's no saving them, I'm gonna want that fresh chill running down my spine.
Especially in India.
Yeah.
Like it's so hot there. It's like
I know.
twice as hot as a warm Ottawa summer, which is gross.
it's intense. I mean, I don't blame them. I'm so sorry for their loss, but like, you know.
It's also their fault.
Yeah. Ashley, do you have air conditioning?
Yes, I got air conditioning only when I got a dog, and it's for the dog basically, because he's like so big, he needs like cold air. So yeah, I've had air conditioning for 2 years now, and I don't understand how I lived without it before.
I know. Leave it to humans to like buy air conditioning for their dog, but not themselves.
Right.
I know, isn't that ridiculous? I felt like I was okay without it. Like it was hot and I was sweating all the time, but I didn't think, I don't know, I'm fine. I can survive without it. But like the poor dog, you know?
What kind of dog do you have?
He's a Great Dane and English Mastiff mix.
Beautiful.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
His shits are the size of my head.
Yeah, they're double baggers for sure.
Oh my gosh, I love ginormous dogs. And you know how like they always say like small guys like big cars? But I'm like, I feel like small girls like big dogs too. And I
like small dogs too.
I just want to like ride him to work with a saddle.
I know. And honestly, big dogs are so sweet. Like the bigger they are, they're just like such babies. Like he'll just like sit on my lap. He weighs like 180 pounds. So he's like significantly heavier than me. And he'll just like just pop down right in my lap. Like he's a little chihuahua. It's the best.
No.
Jenna, you don't want a big dog to ride. You want a boyfriend. That's
right.
What you want.
I get them confused after a while.
Now, while we're talking about the dog, though, Ashley, what's your dog's name?
Tony Clifton.
Tony Clifton. What he's
sophisticated,
beautiful.
very sophisticated.
But I feel like we need to get serious for a minute and give a little PSA because he had a real health scare about a year ago. What happened?
Yes, he did. He was playing with one of his buddies, and they like got into a like thorny bush, and I guess Clifton
kind of like the one Jenna has.
Oh, it's okay. Quarantine.
Thank you for that horrible, sympathetic.
Like I would know. How would I know?
Do you have to use a nail file to like get that? But yeah, he bit onto one of the branches, and I guess like the thorns like startled him, so he like inhaled, and anyway that piece of branch ended up in one of his lungs, and it like popped a hole in his lung, so there was like air going into his chest. I know, it's so sad. And like he was in the hospital like emergency for like a couple of weeks before they really found out like what they could do about it. And yeah, so he ended up having to have half of one of his lungs removed, which is insane. Yeah, but he's so good now. Like
poor baby.
Yeah, one of our friends started like a GoFundMe for him, or else like he would have been fucked because it was like so expensive. So thankfully everyone is like so sweet and has a soft spot for, you know, big cuddly little munchkins, and thankfully we had a really nice friend who started that for us, and he's like so good now. Yeah,
let's be honest, humans like pets, like animals, more than they like each other.
Yeah, for real.
But it was worth it too, because he was so young when that happened. It was such a sad sort of thing.
For sure. He was just a puppy, right? And if they would have said like that maybe he still wouldn't survive if he had the surgery, then I would have like realized it's time to just, you know, like let him go. But they were like, yeah, he'll be okay if he gets this. So I was like, you can't just have someone tell you, oh, he'll be fine if you can do this, and then like not do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because most of the time with dogs, it's like, well, we could do this, but it's a 50-50 chance. And you're like, okay, just put the bitch down. Like, it's, well, no, right? But like, it's seriously.
That's right. Yeah.
So real, that's good. They gave you so much hope, and I'm glad he's okay. How old is he now?
He's 2.5.
Cute.
Yeah, he's so good.
All right, another headline for you. Ashley Krawchenko, a pub in England lost its license after cops raided it in April and found a bunch of people hiding in the closet, story of my life, when the place was supposed to be closed. This is the second story we've heard about England, people trying to hide in bars. Something about England, their drinkers.
Brits love their beer.
Maybe they were all related, because aren't the English...
Is that why their teeth are all jacked up?
That's
no,
what
they
I'm
just
heard,
have horrible dental.
I feel bad. I love the English. I didn't mean anything bad.
Cheerio.
Guaranteed, if you're white, you probably are English.
A little bit, right?
Right.
I think that was it. Honestly, I was probably just one big family.
I just don't get what the Brits want to drink in the pubs. Like, drink at home, like
Because,
Canadians.
But like the pubs are like they go to work and go to the pubs on the way home. Like it's part of their culture. It's more than just going to a bar. Yeah.
It's really charming too. Like I really loved that when I went to visit like my friend there. Like it was so cute and charming how everyone was just kind of like understood that, oh yeah, we're gonna go and meet at the pub when we're done. It's so cute. I love that.
Cute. All right, another headline.
People have been eating more cereal during the pandemic, specifically sugary cereal. An industry report says it's because adults find the sugary cereals are, quote, familiar, comforting foods that brought joy and pleasure. Cereals are, sorry, that I can't read. Cereals are familiar, comforting foods that brought joy and pleasure. Why are you laughing?
Because of the way it's written, like an idiot.
That's a weird way. Yeah, why would you? I
was never allowed sugary cereal.
I don't know why that headline made it in. That's why I'm laughing. It's not even interesting.
Like, why did we not skip it and go straight to the strippers?
Yeah, right. I think that's what I was trying to point out.
Okay, so
but while we're on
cereal,
wait. What is your favorite sugary cereal, Ashley?
Oh, I really like the Reese Puffs.
Ew, what's wrong with you? I'll tell you
that.
something. Reese is my favorite chocolate bar, but it doesn't translate for me to the Puffs. I can't get into them. It's like Count Chocula.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain Crunch is really good. I love that one too. I love how it cuts up the inside of your mouth.
It's like Freezies, right? Freezies, like you love them, you'll eat them, but you end up with like, you know, Joker type fucking incisions.
That's so, I honestly cut them. I just bought a massive box of Freezies of like 100 Freezies, and I just like cut them into a triangle now for that reason.
Smart. That's smart.
Genius.
Right? I've been eating a lot of Freezies. What's your favorite like color of Freezies?
Blue.
Blue?
Oh, you
or white.
White,
White's
yes.
good. White's good. I like orange. I know it's weird.
Ooh, orange is good too, though. I like white and red, I think, are like the two best.
Oh, Canada. It was just Canada Day.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was just Canada Day.
Yeah. Woo!
What a lit Canada Day it was.
Freezies are amazing to make drinks with too, by the way. Just like melt them into a cup with some like vodka. It's so good.
It's like a beer margarita or whatever they call them. Beer burritos.
Yeah.
You know, I've been seeing people make wine pops too. It's similar way, like making a freezy out of wine. But I'm like, that would take forever and ever to
really?
Yeah.
I can't do
taste
wine.
good.
Do you guys drink a lot of wine? What's your like drink, your go-to? Oh, it's wine. Yeah, red wine.
I'm wine or vodka or scotch. Actually, anything but gin.
Oh no, that's like my number one.
Yeah,
I love
gin.
It makes me into an evil human being.
Really?
Really? Ooh.
Yeah. You know how
like
everyone has a liquor that makes them violent and mean and aggressive?
Tequila.
Really?
Because
Jesse just shoots like cheap Jose Cuervo. He doesn't like sip nice tequila like you're supposed to.
No, you're right. It's totally shots. And then it's like
a
Oh,
that's crazy.
What's yours?
Gin. Yeah, gin on the rocks is like usually that's my go-to.
Yeah, no, it makes me evil.
I want to get you coming up on the podcast, an episode where Jenna gets drunk on gin and just makes fun of me.
We're gonna end up in the drunk tank together eating McDonald's.
And shitting on a beach. What?
In our Big Mac container.
There you go.
Okay, Ashley. Strippers in Rhode Island have to strip outdoors under the new COVID-19 rules. They can't perform lap dances. And one strip club. Oh my God, we're getting drunk now.
This is the last headline.
One strip club says when they found out some strippers weren't interested in coming back to work because they didn't want to do it outside.
So have you ever jumped on a trampoline in a dress with no panties on? I feel like stripping would be that liberating.
You know what? I wouldn't want to do that outside either, to be honest. Especially in the summer. I'm afraid of bees. you know?
That would hurt so much.
Yeah.
Mosquito bites, sunburns. Are you kidding me? Don't do that outside.
No,
I'm with them.
Yeah, but this is the middle of the night. There's no bees in the middle of the night. I think it's the lighting. Because, you know, a lot of strippers are not gorgeous. I'm sure a lot are, but a lot aren't. I mean, I've only been to Pig Al's in Ottawa. Hello. Like, you know, they're not great. And so I feel like they'd want that special stage lighting, as do I. And outside,
it always comes down to lighting with you. Like, always.
It's so important, honestly.
Look, we got our ring light here. We know what we're doing.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know what? The last time I went to a strip club was on Halloween, like a bunch of years ago, and it was the year that that I was dressed up like Tobias from Arrested Development when he was like in Blue Man Group. So I had I was like blue, and I had like the bald cap and the glasses, and like my friends are beautiful and like they're dressed hot for Halloween, right? So we like go in and they were like checking our IDs, and the dude like looked at me and he was like, "Oh, can I see your ID?" And I was like, "I guess." Like, is that gonna help? I don't really look like this in my ID. Can we just call it even and let me in? What's going on?
Right. I'm a woman and I want to go into a strip club. Let me in.
Don't look at the mustache. Just let me in.
Right.
Okay, and I know you said that was the last one, but I feel like this one is very relevant to Ashley and sort of ties in something we were just talking about.
With public washrooms closed across most of Scotland, lots of people have been pooping outside of Queen Elizabeth's vacation home here as they hike past it. God bless the Queen.
So rough. I feel for those people. I cannot go to the bathroom outside without like getting it on me. I just like don't have that ability. I've had to pee outside many times because I lived in a van for a while. Jesse's face was like, what?
Well, we're about to ask about that, but finish your peeing on yourself story.
Yeah, so I like if it was like the middle of the night and we happen to be parked somewhere like rural, you just have to go to the bathroom outside, and I would literally always pee on my feet. Like, I just can't.
I feel like you're not getting a wide enough stance and you're not squatting deep enough into it, because you have to limit the pee to concrete distance, because the further it is, the more it splashes back. So you have to get deep and low, like you were twerking in a strip club.
Oh my God. See, I'm not good at any of those things. Maybe we need to have like a master class of how to defecate and urinate in public.
Defecate? I thought you were peeing. What do you mean defecate? What kind of diarrhea?
I mean, you'd have to if you were living in a van. No washroom. Everybody poops.
Okay, but the splashback makes a lot of sense, but I've heard, and you know I don't have a lot of experience with vaginas, but I've heard that women, when they pee, it's not a steady stream like a man. It's sort of a spray, like a hose. Is that true?
What?
I mean, what are like, if you're pushing it out, maybe, but like.
If you're practicing like Kegels while you're peeing, I suppose.
But otherwise, it's a steady stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say so.
Okay, I'll tell you why I've heard this is because that's why women have to sit and men can stand, because women, it's not a steady stream. It's more of a.
We also can't like handle something like a hose and aim it.
Yeah, it's the aim. That's the.
Oh, it's the aim. It's the aim.
It still stands out.
And still somehow women have better aim than men. Even with a hose attached to your body, we still can manage to have better aim than you can.
It's true. Hey, you've never seen droplets here, have you? Don't answer that.
Carrying around those like sheenuses. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
For, like,
the shiwi or
yeah. So for if you have a vagina to pee outside. I got one of those in like a Christmas gift exchange once, and like we just all ended up doing shots out of it. Nobody used it before.
Still, the thought of it is just like, it's like being like, I'm gonna do shots out of a bedpan.
Come have a drink out of my spittoon.
Right.
So Ashley, why did you live in a van?
So I moved to New Zealand for a bit, and when we got there, I was with my now husband. We were dating, and he picked New Zealand. So I was like, okay, cool. So we went there, and when we got there, we noticed the cheapest way to like travel around was to just get like a vehicle and kind of like live in it, and so that you don't have to like pay for a hotel or hostel every night. So we bought a van for $1,000, and it was sick. It had like a double bed in the back and like a little camper stove and like storage. So we lived in that for like about 5 months before we got an apartment after that. But yeah, it was cool.
Don't they call it like a tuk-tuk or something like that?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh. That's super cool. I would love to do that.
I've only heard of a tuk-tuk from some drag queens I know. I'm serious. But where did you shower? Like hostels and gyms and
the
stuff?
ocean.
So like a lot of the beaches had like outdoor showers. So that, or if it was like, if we were feeling fancy, we would go to like a public pool for the day, go swimming and like use the fancy showers there. But mostly it was just like going into the ocean and kind of like showering in there or in the showers that they have at beaches. Or like body washing. I like body washed myself in a KFC bathroom there once as well.
Sweet.
A little whore bath. Whore bath.
Yes. It was pretty desperate, but you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
Wow, I didn't know that about you. That's pretty amazing. No wonder you're
I love it. If this whole thing right now makes me like want to do that again.
Right.
Like, this whole thing kind of like makes you be like, wow, you actually don't need as much shit you thought you needed. You know, or you just things you do out of habit. I'm like, man, I could just live in a van forever. I'd be okay with that.
You're right. I totally agree with you. I think that COVID's made us realize that we have like a lot of shit we don't need.
100%. Yeah. And I mean, it sucks for those industries and businesses maybe that people realize they don't need that. Like, I don't need to go buy coffee in a cafe 3 times a day. Or like, I don't need a gym membership. To be honest, like, you know what I mean? I've been just working out at home and it's okay. Yeah,
Right.
it's weird. It's been weird.
okay. You two go live in a van. I'm keeping my apartment.
Cheers.
We'll have a shower at your place. Cheers.
Ashley Krawchenko, follow her on social media. Crotch Rocket with a K. K-R-A-W. Tricket.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Just, we'll post it.
What?
We're getting crotch rocket. I'm trying to.
I know I got it, but she just sounded so intoxicated.
You got what I was trying to do.
Great.
K-R-A-W. Rocket.
Rocket.
You
cheers,
rocket.
guys.
Crotch
So nice
rocket.
to see
It's
you.
Ashley Krawchenko. Love you, Ashley.
Cheers.
Love you. See you soon.
Cheers.